Have you ever been told you should, get out more? Well, today we're going to look at a pretty powerful idea. What if having just a few friends isn't a weakness at all, but actually a sign of some rare kind of strength? We are about to completely flip the script on what it means to walk your own path.
Let me just ask you something right from the get-go. Do you ever feel kind of misunderstood because your social circle isn't a mile long? Maybe you feel like an outsider sometimes, like you're watching a party from across the street and you're just wondering why all that noise just doesn't appeal to you.
I mean, we see it everywhere, right? This idea that a packed social calendar is the secret to happiness. But what if that whole equation is just wrong? What if for some of us that formula is actually a recipe for total burnout?
And that really gets to the heart of what we're talking about here. This isn't a story about being antisocial. It's about psychology. It's about how some brains are just wired differently, wired to find the typical social scene not just boring, but genuinely draining.
So let's dive into the first rare trait. I like to call it the authenticity filter. Imagine you have this highly sensitive built-in radar and it just goes off anytime something or someone doesn't feel real.
This says it all, doesn't it? It's that bone-deep exhaustion you feel when you're around someone who's just putting on a show. You're not just being quiet. You're choosing authentic silence over fake company. Every time. So you're constantly making this choice. On one side, you see the social masks, the gossip, all the drama, and on the other, you see the genuine, honest connection you actually crave. Your small social circle, it's not a wall to keep people out. It's a fortress to protect your peace. And this leads right into the second trait, the quest for depth. It's this deep, fundamental drive to choose quality over quantity, not just in your conversations, but in every single relationship you have.
Oh man, this one probably hits home for a lot of you. It's that feeling of talking but not actually connecting at all. You're not trying to avoid people. You're trying to avoid those empty, surface-level interactions that just go absolutely nowhere.
And this difference, it's everything. You're not running from people. You're running from emptiness. You're holding out for the real stuff, the conversations about big ideas, about what makes us tick, about things that actually give life some meaning.
Okay, now for trait number 3, and this one is a real game changer. I want you to think of your social energy like a daily budget. You only have so much to spend, and you have to be really, really smart about how you spend it.
You know, psychology actually has a name for this, high social sensitivity. It basically just means your nervous system is working overtime in social situations. You're processing more info, you're picking up on more emotional cues, you're analyzing everything. So it's not that you dislike people, it's that every single conversation literally costs you something from that limited budget. This chart makes it crystal clear. An extrovert might leave a party feeling totally recharged. Their energy levels shoot up by 75%. But for you, that same event could leave you with a 50% energy deficit. You need that alone time, not because you're rude, but because your brain literally has to recover. Which brings us to our final 2 traits, and they're so connected they basically form what we can call the fortress of self. This is all about the incredibly strong and self-reliant inner world that you've built for yourself. So let's break this down. First, you have low social dependency. You find comfort and entertainment inside your own head. You don't need a crowd to feel validated. And second, you have a high trust threshold. Maybe some past experiences taught you the hard way to be more cautious, so you observe people longer and you set a very, very high bar before you let them into your life.
So let's be absolutely clear about this. This isn't about being against people. It's about having incredibly high standards for who gets access to your time, your energy, and your personal space. You're not just collecting acquaintances. You're searching for true allies.
So when you put all of these traits together, what does it all really mean? The big picture starts to become really clear. Your mind just works in a powerful and very different way.
Here's the thing I really want you to take away from all this. Having few friends isn't a flaw. It is so often a sign of a richer inner world, a sharper intuition, and a kind of self-awareness that always guides you toward what is real and what is true. And I want to leave you with this powerful thought. This isn't just about being alone. It's about the incredible strength it takes to walk your own path and to honor your own needs, especially when the whole world is telling you to be someone else.
And so, as we wrap up, I'll turn it back to you with one last question. Instead of focusing on what society says you might be lacking, I want you to ask yourself this: what incredible strength have you discovered in your own solitude?